Afternoon, folks. How are we doing? Hope you're all well. Right, very quick video as to my setup, what I use for YouTube. I'm not going to say vlogging because I don't really vlog and I'm not an influencer, I'm just a YouTuber. Start with the basics. GoPro Hero 4 camera. Donated to the channel by a fellow YouTuber, mate. Thank you very much, mate. You know who you are. I'm not going to say who. With a waterproof cover. Difference is this one, I don't think you see it, has actually been drilled, the waterproof cover, so that you can fit a microphone adapter, like so. Unlike the GoPro 5s and upwards, you don't need a big box adapter thing that's expensive. It's just this nice simple little lead with a 3.5mm jack plug, into which, so I'm just fiddling off camera, into which can go a microphone. It's a boom mic, which came with it, like so, which then obviously fits up inside my helmet somewhere, and this swings around to connect to the camera. You can use a lavalier mic, which is a very long wire mic, which I've got in both my helmets, and it's a smaller mic head, if you like, so it fits easier. If you find your audio is excessively noisy, wind noise, etc., you can fit what's known as a dead cat. Not the animal, it's like a furry cover. It just goes over the mic and reduces the wind noise, etc. I actually forgotten I had this, so this will probably be going back in one of my leads. That's the camera setup. The other option, if I take the camera out of the waterproof alleged cover, that's your camera as is. But I also have this plastic framework, which I attach the camera to. Oh, I just set the camera off. What have I done? Switching back off, hang on. Sorry about that. Right, that's just a plain plastic cover, which leaves everything open, therefore not waterproof. But I have got a little lens cap, which slots over there to protect the lens so it doesn't get smashed or damaged. Okay, now, bear with me. I'm just going to pause the camera a minute, I fiddle. Okay, we're back again. Sorry about that. I had a little fiddling about to do. Now, obviously, with a hole drilled in the side, this is not waterproof. Mic adapter in. Now what I do, and I got this off Teapot One, very clever. This, believe it or not, is a moldable earplug for swimming and such like. It's like a plasticine jelly type stuff. Wrap it around there, squidge it in, and it creates a waterproof seal. These are available, I believe it's from Amazon. They come in a pack. I think it was like 2 of these packs for something like £6. Not expensive. Even come in a nice pretty little case. So have a look for moldable waterproof earplugs on Amazon. That will seal up your microphone cable if you want to go down that route. I know a lot of people use separate audio, the separate audio recorder, or wireless mics. Great if you know how to separate your audio and adjust the gain and the volume and all that, which I have no idea what I'm doing because I'm absolutely useless with computers, as I've said many times. So I record everything onto there, which is great. I then plug this into my laptop and use Windows Media Live editing software, which is on the screen now. Now that's a very, very basic editing software. You can't do masses with it, but it works for me because, like I said, I'm crap with computers. I use what I'm happy with using. You can't separate the audio from the video on this editing software. You can turn down the volume of the video audio and add music or overlay voice or whatever you want to do. Loads of tutorials on eBay? Loads of tutorials on YouTube on how to use Windows Media Live. So it's very simple, very easy to use for those of us who are not computer literate, or as I say, not very good with computer balls. Yeah, the other things I use are various like helmet mounts. That one goes on the front of my AGV on the chin piece. This one, another Amazon buy, it's a helmet mount with various angles and all sorts. It sits on the side of the helmet, which I use with my adventure lid, my Tuzo. And you have the handlebar mount clamp thingy, universal clamp, whatever you want to bung it, fully adjustable angles. Loosen that off, and it's got ball joints like ram mounts. So you can basically hang your camera absolutely anywhere you want. Can't remember the price of that. It wasn't that expensive. £12–15, if I remember correctly. The other thing I bought, so that's in the box, was this one. It's a longer arm between the two. Unfortunately, when I put on the handlebars, especially on the Himalayan, it vibrates quite a bit and the footage vibrates, so I very rarely use that. Is that it? Yeah, that's the cable I use for connecting the camera to the laptop. That's it. That's all I use. Oh, and my phone. My phone's a Samsung smartphone. I got an old S10 Plus, and this is an A32, I believe it is. I use the phone as well, which is what I'm recording on now. So obviously I can't record with the camera when I'm talking to you about it. So yeah, that is it. That's all my equipment. I've got a little tripod stand. I call it a camera extension pole. It's not a selfie stick. At this point, Mrs. Drums is giggling away, or she would be in the background if she was here, because she knows all about this. That's basically all my equipment. Upload my footage, edit it to what I want, cut it down, etc., save it to the laptop, then I publish it to YouTube on my channel. Sometimes you have to wait ages for it to process the HD version, or if I'm lazy, I just publish it and it processes it when it's ready. And that's it, job done. All this stuff can be bought for not a great deal of money. The GoPro 4s I've seen on eBay for under £100, pre-loved if you like, pre-owned, used, call it what you will. And they often come with spare batteries, of which I've got a few, different mounts, etc. So it's a case of shopping around and finding what you want. But apparently, to the best of my knowledge, the GoPro 4 and downwards, like the 3 and 3 Plus and all that, are the only ones that use this connector with the jack pin plug. From GoPro 5 up, if I'm correct, they use that little box thing, the proper GoPro adapter, which are very expensive. And then, of course, you have to have that attached to your helmet, like most of the top vloggers do, and then your mic plugs into that. It depends how much you want to spend and how far down the line you want to go with this. How professional do you want to be? I'm an amateur. I stick to amateur stuff and limited budget. Just it proves the fact that you can do YouTube on a budget. You don't need 6 GoPro 10s, audio equipment, £1,000 editing software and computers and Christ knows what. Yes, you produce far better quality videos than I will ever produce, but I don't have the knowledge to do it anyway, and I'm happy with what I do. And obviously you guys are, because you watch it. So there we go. That's my basic setup. Very simple, not complicated. Oh yeah, the one other thing I use, which is around here somewhere, is a very long wire, which basically plugs into the adapter, that bit, and then plugs into that bit, the microphone. You'll have seen on a few of my videos where the camera's mounted on the bracket on the handlebars, and this wire goes from the handlebars up to my helmet. It's because I don't use separate audio or wireless recording equipment. It's a bit of a faff having a wire hanging down, but that's the way I do it. I've also looked into a way that if I can get hold of a second GoPro 4, which I hope to do at one stage or other, I found adapters and such like, so I should, in theory, and I say in theory, run both cameras into one mic and record the same audio on both cameras, so when I edit it together, it's much easier for me. It's probably going to look terrible, and it's going to take me 20 minutes of faffing around to set myself up, but of course, that's the bit you don't see on YouTube, is the faffing around and connecting up microphones and wires and changing batteries, etc. All the joys of YouTubing. There we go, folks. That's my setup. Plain and simple, very easy. As I say, you can spend a lot more money and do far better than I can do, depending on your budget, your knowledge of computers, your ability with editing software, etc. Your choice what you do. This is what I do. And obviously photos are taken with my phone and I just bung them in as well. So there we go. Hope that's been of some help to some people. Others are probably thinking, what a load of rubbish, I can do far better than that. Well, hey, you carry on. Like I say, my budget is very tight, my knowledge is very limited, so I deal with what I've got and I produce my videos to the standard I'm not only happy with, but I'm capable of doing. I hope it's good enough for you guys. Seems to be, because you're watching them. So anyway, that's it. Enough babbling, rabbiting away. I shall, as always, say please be safe, ride safe, and have fun. And of course, doodles! That's from Mrs. Grums, because she does like it. See ya!